Masari the Cryptocurrency. What is it? Should you get involved in it? I'm going to do my best in this video to at least answer the first question for you. And for the second, that's something that you're going to have to do your own due diligence on. But I'm going to go ahead and walk through what I've learned and what I've saw from this project. Let's get to it. So I'm going to try to break down a lot of these complex subjects into easy to understand material. There's a lot of stuff to cover here. Let's start out with the official release on medium.com. What is Masari? Well, let's talk about that. Masari is a cryptocurrency based off the Monero blockchain. Cryptonote coins are untraceable and unlinkable. Monero takes that further and provides fungibility through ring CT. Masari has all of these properties, which makes it private and secure as a currency. Masari operates in a decentralized proof of work. The algorithm used, CNFast, is egalitarian by design, encouraging both CPU and GPU miners. Blocks are about every 120 seconds, with a variable reward currently around 23 MSR. Now the max supply is 18.5 million with tail emissions. This is because Masari did not have an ICO. Why have another privacy coin? Why not just Monero? Well, that's a good question. That's because Masari is scalability focused layer 1 with privacy guarantees at its core as a Monero fork. The difference of the roadmap initiatives will help advance the cryptonote space and the entire ecosystem, with Uncle mining in its timeline, as well as the introduction of synchronized POW sharding, block tree protocol that would promise auto-scaling, high TPS capabilities, coupling scalability with privacy will offer a tangible world currency solution. While the roadmap differs from Monero, any compatible developments in Masari will be shared upstream, such as this pull request implementing one of the best difficulty algorithms in the space. Readers are welcome to visit Masari GitHub to see activity by the development team of Masari and click through to the other projects, as well as the homepage for the public roadmap. Now, you can go down through here and continue reading, see the white paper, some of the exchanges that they're on. I'm going to go through all that stuff with you. I'm going to leave a link to this article in the description below. So just about everything we talk about through this video, I'm going to put in the description below so you can go and reference for yourself. So how do you hold and mine Masari? Masari is easy to mine with a CPU or GPU. For seasoned miners, any Kryptonite program will work. Now there's a list of miners. I'm going to go through some of that. I also have videos on my page that would help you set that up, as well as a GUI and a miner walkthrough that I'm going to put in the description below. There's also another gentleman that put together a really good CLI overview. Now I'm going to go through a lot of this stuff as far as the setup and how to download the wallet and that stuff. But at the bottom of the page here, you see that under the resources, there is a ton of good information. Plenty of resources, Discord, Reddit, Twitter, their GitHub page, the Block Explorer. There's tons of good stuff here, and we're going to go into a lot of it. But again, I will put this link in the description below so you can look at all this stuff yourself after you watch the video. Before we move on, let's talk about exchanges. If you're interested in outright buying MSR, or you just want to add to your collection, there's a few different exchanges that you can get your hands on some MSR at. TradeOgre, stocks.exchange, South Exchange, Altex.exchange, Maple Exchange, and one that's not on the list, Crex24. All right, let's check out the website. So type into your browser getmasari.org. Once you do that, it's going to take you to a page here. Pretty nice looking website. Got our white paper, and we'll get into all this stuff. We're going to look at the team, how to download the GUI and CLI wallets for Linux, Mac, and Windows. But up at the top, you're going to see the roadmap, download links, core team, block explorer, web wallet, and the Medium pages. And let's go ahead and go back to Medium real quick, because there's a lot of good information on there. And I just read one article of several. They have several different articles on their Medium page. Okay, so definitely a great spot to keep track of Masari and what they're doing. You can see just article after article on here. All right. Using the power of a distributed peer-to-peer consensus network, every transaction on the network is cryptographically secured against any adversary. Using the cryptographically sound protocol, Masari ensures that all your transactions are private by default. By using the Ring CT protocol, Masari is able to ensure that all transactions are untraceable, unlinkable, and that amounts transferred are hidden from the public. Serious privacy coin here. All of the privacy features in Masari resolve into the true fungibility, which makes it digital currency equivalent to cash or gold, where no transaction can be discriminated against another. As in a lot of my other videos, I don't give investment advice. I don't tell you what coins you should buy or what coins you should get involved in, although that was in the title of this video. This is something that I did my own due diligence on, and I'm just sharing with you the reasons why I got involved. Now, one of the big things for me, and I have stated this in some of my other videos, but being able to talk to the team, the developers, this is very important. So some type of method, in today's day and age, email and phone numbers, they're not quite as important as instant messaging. So something that's important to me, and something that stood out as far as this project, as new as the project really is, there's lots of avenues to get a hold of the developers. There's lots of avenues to talk to other people in the community. And again, that's pretty important. So as you can see, they've got Reddit, Facebook, Twitter, GitHub. Now this is for the developer or the more technical folks can get on and take a look at what they're doing, what kind of updates they're making, things that are relevant to the blockchain and development of the wallets and things of that sort. But also Discord. Discord's a big one. So if you click on it, if you're not already a member, and even if you are, if you go through this link, it's going to take you to the accept invite. And there you go. So lots of fun little channels in here. They've even got a meme. I think that was kind of funny, some of the stuff that's in here. Trading, exchanges, spread the love. It's kind of a neat one. Little incentives, places for people to go to encourage other members of the community. As I've spent time in here, I've seen that the developers, the core team here, they're very, very active. Again, communication's key for me. I want to know that we're not running some kind of a, let's get your money and run type situation. And this definitely does not come across as one of those type of situations. I always see their development guys, and they have a large following in here. If I remember right, there's over almost 1,500 people in the Discord already. And again, this is a relatively young coin, young project, so doing very well as far as the following. And on that note, my personal opinion, yours may vary, But the old business adage, find a need, fill a need. In the cryptocurrency space, we're all looking for adoption of the project, adoption of the coin or the currency. So it makes sense that the more people you have on board, the more people you attract to the project, the more the project gets traction. And hopefully, the higher the price of the coin or the asset will go over time. If you only have 25 people interested in the technology, it's kind of hard to get any traction with that. The more folks that you can get involved with any given project, the more likely you are to succeed. So let's take a look at the roadmap. You can see that they've already hit a fair amount of their objectives from Q4 2017 to now. They just forked. If you're new to the coin or new to the project, they just came up with a variant of the Kryptonite algorithm, which they call CN Fast or Kryptonite Fast Proof of Work algorithm. Now, again, just my opinion, but if you want to differentiate yourself between your competitors, you must make yourself a little different. Now again, this is an offshoot of the Monero blockchain, but they're trying to do their own thing. So, in my opinion, that's something to be noted. Now, if you haven't mined this before, or you don't know anything about mining, basically what this means is they've made their own proof of work algorithm, which separates them from the rest of the Monero forked coins. Now, I don't know if somebody else is going to copy this, come along and try to do a copycat thing, but this is kind of neat that they decided to branch off and further set themselves apart from the Monero chain, which, if you're a miner, let's talk about mining for just a moment. If you're a miner, this can be very important due to the fact that something called an ASIC, which is a specialized computer that mines the algorithm or mines the coins very, very efficiently, more so than what most people can do with their CPU or their GPU in their computers. So what ends up happening is that once you have a lot of these ASICs on the network, it can really take away from the profitability and really kind of damage the blockchain in a way that your average folks that want to be involved in a project aren't able to make any money at it. They're not able to keep up with the ASIC miners. So the fact that they did this is interesting and neat point I wanted to cover. All right, so their web and mobile wallets, we'll get into that in just a moment. Uncle Mining. This feature, unique to Masari, allows for a more secure network and for safely reducing block emission rates for better network latency, making the blockchain more efficient, faster, better transaction speed. In 2019, looking ahead just a little bit, pending further research, this investigates sharding potential of the CryptoNote protocol by taking advantage of one-time public key outputs to partition shard the transactions into a scalable block tree. Let's get down into the downloads. Linux, Mac, and Windows. So as you can see, they have a CLI wallet for your Linux users. They have a CLI and a GUI wallet for your Mac, and the same for your Windows users. Now, this is not a technical overview, and I'm not going to get too deep into the hardcore technical aspect of this. I actually put together a video about a week and a half ago, and I will leave the link below, of a overview of mining and an overview of downloading and getting the GUI wallet started. There's another gentleman in the community that did a great walkthrough of a CLI wallet. So if you want to see that, click more below on the description, and you will see those links. So moving along, you can see here that they post the names of their development team as well as their communications and marketing directors. It's really good that there's some public transparency. Obviously, not everyone within the crypto space wants to put themselves out there for the public. And generally in those situations, you see that these are get-rich schemes or what people call scams. The fact that they're going to put their names on there, or even their quote-unquote call sign, or their what they post under on Discord or Telegram or whatever the case may be, is a little more reassuring. I want to make sure that I can get a hold of some of these guys. Lodo Crypto, he's on Twitter and he is in the Discord chat. From what I've seen, about 24 hours a day. Now, it's probably stretching it a little bit, but every time I've ever been on there over the past couple of weeks, he's been on there. So, and I believe Bazooka Jeff as well. And there may be another developer in there. I'm just not connecting the names together. But again, they do make this public, so they're not trying to hide anything or, trying to keep anything out of the public eye as far as who they are. All right, and as I said I would, let's go ahead and take a look at the web wallet. This is how to create a wallet to store your Masari tokens, your MSR. So as you clicked the top of the screen on the right there, you saw the wallet link. You click it and it takes you to this page. So we simply click create a wallet. Now it's going to ask you to put a password in here. And I'm not going to get really technical, like I said, but you want to put a very secure password. Definitely not monkey123 or anything easy to crack. So you're going to put something in here that you can remember. And honestly, if it's too easy to remember, it's probably too easy of a password and you shouldn't use it. All right. So once you put a password in, you simply click use this password. All right. And that's it. You want to write down these keys. You want to copy and paste this into a safe place, or you want to write this down on a piece of paper and keep this in an extremely safe place, because these are where we're going to store our coins. You can also download a PDF like this. Click it to open it, and you can print this out. Now, these QR code, you can actually scan these when you need to, when you're required to send these or to receive these. Receive to these addresses, sorry. So, just like a lot of the other Monero forked coins, they have very similar setup. So that's very easy. And sometimes when things are easy and they're not broken, there's no reason to try to fix them. All right. Now it's syncing online, and it shows that I have a 0 MSR balance. So it's either time to go buy some coins or to mine them. All right. I'm not going to take you through the rest of this. Pretty self-explanatory. All right, let's go back to the main page. All right, getmasari.org. So as I said, you can do the web wallet. You can create the CLI from that wallet, or you can download what they call the GUI package. And the GUI allows you, it's got a nice little user interface. It's pretty, it's easy to use. And I would definitely recommend, if you're new to the crypto space or you're new to this project, the GUI wallet may be a little easier for you to get started with. That would be this link right here. But that's completely up to you. If you're comfortable with the command line, go ahead and do the CLI. I generally have one of each on all of my crypto assets. All right, so one more link that I want to go through before we move on is the Block Explorer. So we can actually see the blockchain in action, if it were. So basically a live report of what's going on the blockchain and the last transactions and the last blocks that have been mined on the blockchain. Now there's a couple different indexes that you can go to, and you can see the current price of the coins. CoinMarketCap is a big one, especially if you're new to the space. You may not know where to go. I just want to give you a link to this. It's CoinMarketCap.com. And what I want you to note is that at the time of this recording, we are in an extremely bear market. What that means is most of your coins are sideways or they're down. And sideways means they're just keeping their head right above water, keeping status quo, where 99% of crypto is currently in a down state. So you see this number. It's really not a big deal when it comes to investing, because you're going to have your ups and your downs. If you look at the king here, Bitcoin, it's currently down, as well as almost every other coin on CoinMarketCap. This is all red, guys. You see one here, that's a sideways coin. It's just keeping its head above water. And that's Tether. That's a completely different cryptocurrency. It's tied to the dollar. Completely different subject. Maybe we'll cover that in another video. As you can see, the whole market's down, so definitely don't be concerned with this number here. As you can see, when the coin came out, it was pretty high there, over $2. So what that tells me is, obviously, I'm a believer in the cryptocurrency space, and I believe that the dollars that I put into this, whether it be mining or my actual fiat dollars that I turn into cryptocurrency and purchase on an exchange, that's going to go up, because I believe that cryptocurrency is the next wave of the future. Blockchains are the next technology of the future. But as you can see, this is another way that you can get to different links. Let's talk about the announcement. BitcoinTalk.org. This is a huge cryptocurrency forum, if you're not familiar with it. And this is the official link when they announced Masari was coming out. Look at all these links. Tons of information to go through. I would have a 6-hour video if I were to go through all of this stuff. So suffice to say, do your own due diligence and look through this. Read up and find out whether this is a project you want to get involved with. A couple other outlets for information here. Reddit, if you're not familiar with Reddit, Reddit's been around for a long time. I generally use Reddit for cryptocurrency information, what projects are doing, things of that nature. Masari, the project, does have their own Reddit page, as well as a Twitter page. And again, if you can look down through here, look at the dates, they're doing a really good job at updating the community, which is, again, very important. If you're interested in the technology, you're interested in the project, I'd highly recommend finding these pages so you can keep up with them. And go ahead, if you have accounts on Twitter or Reddit, in Discord, go ahead and subscribe to them so that you can keep up with the updates. I think it's pretty important to keep up with what all these different projects are doing. If you're anything like me, you're interested in quite a few different projects, quite a few different types of technology. So To get updates on a daily, weekly, or bi-weekly time frame, that helps me kind of stay in touch and kind of keep my finger on the pulse of what's going on. So in the beginning of the video, I posed 2 questions. What is Masari? And should you get into it? I did my best to answer the first question. A lot of information to cover, and I know I didn't hit everything. That's where it leads me to the second question. Should you get into it? Well, that is something that you're going to have to figure out yourself. I've got my personal opinion, and you're going to draw yours. I hope this video has been informative, and it can help you draw your own conclusions. If you like the material, and you want to see more reviews, more mining videos, more things that may help you on your journey through the crypto space, please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel. Thanks again for watching, and I'll talk to you next time.